How to Get Out of ELO Hell, Part 3, The Jungler. What's up guys, it's DoubleWinning, and today this episode of How to Get Out of ELO Hell is about jungling. So this game, right off the bat, is a Jarvan normals game that I played with some friends, just playing some jungle Jarvan because I think he's pretty fun, and not really going to be talking about the game too much here, so this is going to be more about the commentary of how to get out of ELO Hell. Alright, the reason I say jungling is a good way to get out of ELO Hell is not per se jungling in itself to gain ELO, but jungling to learn junglers. The reason I say this is because when you're laning and you know exactly the jungler's mindset, it's going to help you out because you're going to know when they're going to gank, what makes a lane gankable, and really like just controlling another aspect of the game so that you can focus on your own play. If you know that around 3:30 there could be a double buff, or like 3:55 there could be a double buff jungler right at your lane waiting, then you know that you shouldn't be pushing. And if you know at 3:55 or at 3:55 and then you play safe until 4:30, and you know as a jungler, because you've played jungler, that you're not going to wait around that long, then you know you can play a bit more aggressive. And you know when's a good time to ward. Like placing a ward at 10 seconds isn't that useful unless you're a support placing an early ward to try and predict jungle path, which you wouldn't need to predict jungle path as much if you played more jungle and you at least got your eyes on where they were starting. A good way to do this, if you're a mid laner, or even if you're not a mid laner and you just pay attention to mid lane, check where their mid lane comes from. If they come from blue side, it means they started blue, the jungler. If they come from red side, that means they started red. It's really simple, and then with your knowledge of jungle paths, you can try and predict where they're going to be. If you don't know jungle paths, check out, and you don't want to play those junglers, check out jungle path videos. A really good resource for jungle path videos would be Stonewall008's videos. I'll put a link in the description to his channel. I'm sure you guys are all already subscribed to him, but just in case, you know, for the oddity that you aren't, he makes jungle path videos for every single season of League of Legends, and generally he covers a blue and red, with leash, without leash, so it's really good information knowing, you know, is this jungler going to be up on me at 2 minutes, or is it going to be up on me at 3.5? Another reason I recommend jungling every once in a while is to realize how difficult jungling is for your teammates. This was a biggie for me. I used to get mad at my jungler for not ganking my lane, or he would always be low health whenever he was near my lane getting double golems, and I was just like, why can't you just come gank my lane with full health? Jungling is difficult, and once you sort of start to realize that and show more sympathy for your jungler, or even playing jungle, you'll gain empathy, then you'll realize that the lane is really your own lane. And then if you kind of learn what scenarios are going to allow a jungler to gank you from their full health, then it'll start to make a bit more sense. And what I mean by that is, if they go through a full path, they go back, and they hit your lane with full health, you could have predicted that. You know that if they finish the path in this amount of time, they go back, and then it takes them, you know, 10, 15 seconds, maybe 20 seconds to get to your lane. Note that time frame. That is a time frame where it could be especially dangerous, because they finish their path, they can choose any of the 3 lanes to go gank, and if they choose your lane, they're going to have full health. And so that's why playing jungle can really help you out there. Another reason playing a jungler is really useful is realizing what makes a lane gankable. And this goes for offense and defense. Making your own lane so that your jungler can gank for you includes freezing your lane so that they have to come up to get creeps, keeping it near tower, or even pushing completely to tower with a whole lot of creeps so that your jungler can come in and tower dive. And the other way goes, when you're jungling, you know when you can gank an enemy lane. You know that I can come and gank him, so you think, if I was in that guy's shoes, what could I do to avoid that jungler gank? And that's why playing jungle really helps your lane out right there. Another reason playing jungler is really good is synergizing your picks. What I mean by this is, if someone picks a really strong early jungler, then you should pick a strong early game to try and make plays. And what I mean by this is either counter jungling or really having successful ganks. I can't tell you how many times, I'll play Malphite top, Or like they'll pick an Amu and I'll pick Malphite, which yeah, late game that's gonna be boss status. But early game that's gonna suck. We're not gonna have any damage when they come to gank top. So if they have a strong top laner, then the gank's not gonna work out. And I could have changed that by getting maybe like a Lee Sin or heck, even Jarvan, someone strong early game. Leashing, super simple. I'm gonna give you one of the best tips in the game. Leash for your jungle. There you go. Bam. Bring wards not only for you, but for your jungler. That includes pink wards, but even just wards in like Tribush. If you have a ward in Tribush at all times, you know if they ward Tribush. Simple as that. Don't rely on your jungler's presence. It's your lane to win, your lane to lose. If you have your lane constantly warded and they're still trying to gank you, they're going to waste a ton of time. And hopefully that'll give an advantage to your team. And like I've said before, if it doesn't, you know, it happens. You lose some games. But at least the jungler wasted some time and maybe you can make plays. And that brings me kind of to my secondary point here. If you know you're going to get ganked, ping the crap and communicate with your team. Because the best ganks are counter ganks. Because if you can pick up a double kill for the price of one, that's great. If your lane is losing, don't expect your jungler to carry it. A lost lane is a lost lane, and that's part of the 10 commandments of jungling. Junglers are starved, so if they're last hitting creeps that you weren't going to get, or pushing a wave so it hits the enemy tower, don't rage at them. Sorry I had to cut this video kind of short. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/DoubleWinning. I'm actually doing an Ask Me Anything. You can ask me questions about my real life, gaming, or League of Legends there. I'll be sure to put a little video here of how to get to my Facebook page and the Ask Me Anything there. And as always, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay classy and keep winning.